Today I wanted to make a video about the games that I'm playing or gonna play. It was my birthday the other day, so I had bought a bunch of games for that were used and stuff that I could play that I was going through, and then my birthday came along, and then I got a bunch of new games. So that's kind of why I haven't made a video. I've been playing a lot of games, trying to do my real job, which is playing games. So the games that I'm gonna play that haven't yet played, is some of these are still wrapped, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla is coming up. I've been wanting to play that. I played Assassin's Creed Origins, which I didn't like, but I played Odyssey before I played Origins because the gameplay was so super similar in Origins and Odyssey. I didn't really like it, so I quit playing Origins about 30 minutes in. But Odyssey I did enjoy. I'm hoping Valhalla is not the same kind of gameplay as those two. I hope they changed a little bit in there. Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. I got this for Xbox because I think Xbox is better on the multiplayer than PlayStation, and my friends will probably get this and we can all play together. I think that'll be pretty fun. We played the Shredder's Revenge together, and that was a blast. I got Resident Evil Village. I haven't played Resident Evil games in quite some time, but I went through and played Resident Evil 2, which is another game. I should have brought that up here. I just beat that recently, like within the last 2 weeks. And that was pretty damn fun. I really enjoyed that. So I figured I'd get Resident Evil 8, and hopefully I'll like that as well. And then, hell, if I like it, I might go through and play 7. And I know Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake, and it's coming. I'll play that. This is Uncharted Legacy of Thieves. I've never even played an Uncharted game. So I keep in mind, I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 1. It's been a long time. So PlayStation 5 is like a whole ton of new games because I get to play the PlayStation 4 games, 3 games, 5 games. I get to play everything, and it's like I got so many new games to play. I watched the Uncharted movie, and I was like, man, this is kind of like Tomb Raider to me. I haven't played a Tomb Raider since probably like Tomb Raider 2 or 3. So I figure after watching the movie, it looked like a pretty fun game to play. So I'm hoping the game is similar to the movie. I've heard every Uncharted game is amazing, so this should be a lot of fun. I went through and played Metal Gear Solid 5. I haven't played a Metal Gear Solid game since Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I loved Metal Gear Solid back in the day, when I was a kid. And now I get to go through and play this. So I have beat the first chapter. So the game is, it's 2 chapters. I played Ground Zeroes. Guys, I had to go back and Google. So Ground Zero came out, and that was a $30 or $40 game. A full game. It took me literally 1 hour and 11 minutes to finish the entire game. So that kind of blew my mind. Like, I enjoyed the story. Like, it was good. It was a good story. But 1 hour for a full game, and I think it was like 1 to 2 years before you got the Phantom Pain, which was the follow-up game to Ground Zero. Anybody who waited for that, I feel sorry for you. That was insane to me that it took an hour to beat. Now you can go back and do, 100%. And I'm sure that'll take a while, but 1 hour for me to just go through, play the story, and then move on to the Phantom Pain. I enjoyed the story, but I haven't beat Chapter 2, and I don't think I will beat Chapter 2 of this because it was very repetitive, and the story wasn't that great for me to keep doing the same thing over and over again, mission after mission, doing the same thing, switching it up very slightly, I don't know. It was too repetitive for me, but it was fun to play Metal Gear Solid again. I hope they come out with another one. So the next game I played, I finished Stray. It took me a little under 5 hours. I don't really know exactly how long it took me. I wouldn't really recommend this game to people for less than like maybe $10 unless you really love cats. I enjoyed it. It was interesting. The story was good, but just not really my kind of game. I figured for such a simple game, the graphics would be better. It was decent graphics, but I mean, I understand it's like an indie game. It would have been nice to have some better graphics. It was fun though. I mean, the story. That's all I got to say about that game. It is what it is. So a lot of people loved it. They went at 100% at the game. Well, I'm not into 100% in games. I finished that game, did everything I needed to do, and it said I was 35% complete. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm good with that. Next game, which is what I've been currently playing, is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played Final Fantasy VII, as a kid on PlayStation 1, and I didn't have a memory card, so I would go through and play probably 4 to 8 hours. I don't really know the time I would play. And then I'd have to turn my PlayStation off and redo the game again. I didn't have a memory card. You gotta have a memory card to save your game back in the day if you didn't know. Otherwise, you're restarting from the beginning. So I must have played the first 8 hours or so of Final Fantasy VII, the original, probably like 5 times, and I finally got a memory card and I could go through the whole thing. But I really am enjoying this game. I'm about 8 hours. I'm 8 hours exactly into this, and man, I am having a blast. The graphics are amazing. It is kind of like a retelling of Final Fantasy VII. I think there's a lot left out, and I don't think that they could do it exactly as the first game was meant to be done, because it's more action based RPG instead of turn based RPG. So I don't think they can do it that way, but I am really enjoying it. And I guess what is the next one? This is Integrate, and then they got Remake Intermission, I guess, which is a DLC. And then there's another one coming. I guess there's going to be like 3 or 4 of these to complete the entire story, because I'm 8 hours in and I still haven't even ran into Eris yet. Well, I ran into her, but she isn't in my party or anything like that. But yeah, I am enjoying this. And I can't wait to play Rebirth and Crisis Core. I've never played the Crisis Core. I know that game came out a long time ago, but the new one, I'm going to play that. And I'm just all for anything Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy VII back in the day, and then I played Final Fantasy VIII. And I got mad. I remember getting mad as a kid because Cloud wasn't in Final Fantasy VIII. I do not believe that I even finished Final Fantasy VIII. I was pretty upset that it wasn't like a continuation of the story, and it was like a bunch of new characters. So that kind of made me mad, and that was the end of my Final Fantasy gaming. I haven't touched a Final Fantasy game until now, and I'm actually pretty excited for it. I am going to play Final Fantasy 16 when it comes out, and I hope that playing Final Fantasy VII Remake gets me into Final Fantasy VII, or gets me into Final Fantasy games, because the Final Fantasy MMO that they have, I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I would like to get back into Final Fantasy games. But we'll see how that goes, and that's what I'm playing. I'm having a good old time playing all these games.